Mark Carney uncovered. Admits to deceit about saving Canada, Poilievre drops bombshell evidence. Mark Carney's ascent to the pinnacle of Canadian politics has been nothing short of meteoric. With a distinguished career as the governor of both the Bank of Canada and the Bank of England, Carney was celebrated for his adept handling of financial crises. His transition from the financial sector to the political arena culminated in his election as the leader of the Liberal Party, succeeding Justin Trudeau. Carney's leadership bid was anchored in his promise to rejuvenate Canada's economy and fortify its sovereignty amidst escalating global challenges. During his campaign, Carney consistently portrayed himself as the leader who could steer Canada toward financial stability, leveraging his past experience to cement his reputation as an economic savior. His promises included job creation, economic growth, and a responsible approach to governance. He assured Canadians that under his leadership, the country would experience a new era of prosperity, free from the turbulence of past economic downturns. His speeches painted a picture of a future where Canada would be shielded from economic uncertainty and would emerge as a global leader in stability and innovation. Central to the current controversy is Bill C-69, legislation that overhauled Canada's environmental assessment processes. Critics have long contended that the bill imposes onerous regulations, potentially stymieing economic development and deterring investment. During his campaign, Carney pledged to address these concerns, suggesting a willingness to amend or repeal provisions of the bill to balance environmental stewardship with economic growth. His statements on the matter were widely publicized, with many Canadians viewing his commitment to revising the bill as a key reason to support him. However, once in office, Carney's administration took a starkly different approach. Instead of modifying Bill C-69 as he had suggested, his government doubled down on its implementation. This move was seen by many as a betrayal of the very principles he had championed during his campaign. The backlash was swift, particularly from opposition leader Pierre Poilievre, who seized the opportunity to expose what he called a blatant deception. Pierre Poilievre has emerged as a formidable adversary to Carney's narrative. In a series of press conferences and parliamentary sessions, Poilievre unveiled documents and testimonies that purportedly contradict Carney's assertions regarding his involvement with Bill C-69. According to Poilievre, Carney not only failed to act on his promises, but also misled the public about his intentions and actions concerning the legislation. The opposition leader accused Carney of orchestrating a strategic misrepresentation of his policy intentions, using misleading rhetoric to win votes while secretly ensuring that no changes would be made to the controversial bill. Mark Carney has built his reputation on a facade, Poilievre declared. The evidence we've uncovered reveals a pattern of deceit that Canadians cannot ignore. Among the materials presented by Poilievre were internal government memos, leaked emails, and testimonies from high-ranking officials within Carney's administration. These documents suggested that not only did Carney have no intention of repealing Bill C-69, but that he had actively worked behind closed doors to ensure its full implementation, despite public assurances to the contrary. The leaked communications allegedly show Carney reassuring environmental lobbyists that the bill would remain untouched, even as he continued to promise economic stakeholders that modifications would be forthcoming. This revelation sent shockwaves through the political landscape. Public trust in Carney's leadership has experienced a noticeable decline, with opinion polls indicating a surge in support for the Conservative Party. Political analysts suggest that this controversy could significantly impact the upcoming federal election, potentially altering the trajectory of Canadian politics. The growing discontent has been reflected in town halls and public debates, where voters are voicing their frustration over what they perceive as blatant dishonesty from the highest levels of government. Within the Liberal Party, reactions have been mixed. Some members have expressed unwavering support for Carney, emphasizing his track record and vision for Canada. They argue that his experience as a central banker gives him unique insights into economic stability and that the opposition's accusations are politically motivated. Others, however, have called for transparency and a thorough investigation into the allegations to restore public confidence. The rift within the party has led to internal debates on whether Carney is the right leader to carry the party forward into the next election. Behind closed doors, some Liberal MPs are reportedly considering distancing themselves from Carney in an effort to salvage their own electoral prospects. In response to Poilievre's accusations, Carney has vehemently denied any wrongdoing. He asserts that his statements regarding Bill C-69 have been consistent and truthful, dismissing the purported evidence as misinterpretations or politically motivated fabrications. He has accused Poilievre of engaging in fear-mongering tactics, using selective information to create a misleading narrative about his leadership. These claims are baseless and serve only to distract from the real issues facing Canadians, Carney stated in a recent interview. My commitment to balancing economic growth with environmental responsibility remains steadfast. Despite Carney's denials, the controversy continues to gain traction. Calls for a formal inquiry into his statements and the handling of Bill C-69 have grown louder, with opposition parties demanding greater accountability. Legal experts have weighed in, suggesting that if deliberate deception can be proven, Carney could face serious political and ethical consequences. Some critics have even floated the possibility of a no-confidence vote, which, if successful, could force a leadership change within the Liberal Party. The media has played a pivotal role in disseminating information and shaping public perception of this controversy. Major news outlets have dedicated extensive coverage to the unfolding events, featuring analyses, opinion pieces, and interviews with key stakeholders. This saturation has ensured that the issue remains at the forefront of national discourse. Political talk shows, radio programs, and social media platforms have all been flooded with discussions about the scandal, fueling both outrage and speculation about the future of Carney's leadership. Beyond the immediate political ramifications, this controversy has broader implications for Canadian democracy. Voters are increasingly scrutinizing political leaders, demanding transparency and accountability. The erosion of public trust in politicians who fail to deliver on their promises has fueled a more engaged and discerning electorate. This scandal has underscored the growing skepticism among Canadians, many of whom feel that politicians often say one thing to get elected and do another once in power. As the nation approaches the federal election, the fallout from these allegations against Carney is poised to influence voter behavior and party strategies. The Liberal Party faces the challenge of addressing internal divisions and restoring public trust, while the Conservatives aim to capitalize on the controversy to bolster their electoral prospects. With tensions running high, both parties are expected to launch aggressive campaigns to sway undecided voters, making this one of the most heated political battles in recent Canadian history. Meanwhile, Poilievre continues to press for a full public inquiry, stating that Canadians deserve to know the full truth behind Carney's alleged deception. He has vowed to keep pushing for answers, using this issue as a rallying cry for his campaign. The Conservative leader has also promised that, if elected, he will launch an independent review into Carney's handling of Bill C-69 and other policy inconsistencies. If history is any indicator, this controversy is unlikely to fade anytime soon. It has struck a nerve with the Canadian public, highlighting the broader issue of political trust and the responsibility of elected officials to uphold their commitments. Whether Carney can weather this storm and restore confidence in his leadership remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the road to the next election has become significantly more challenging for the Liberal Party.